Why is your meditation not working for you? This is a frequent reaction with most people who are just starting to meditate or approach meditation the wrong way. They will tell you things like, oh, I had a bad meditation practice today. I was constantly distracted in my mind. Things were going a million miles per hour or kilometers while I was trying to meditate. Or they'll tell you something like, I don't think I'm the type of person who can just sit there, close my eyes, stop my mind, or I've tried meditation and it doesn't work for me, it's not for me. You know, those are all comments we get all the time when you tell people, do you meditate or how do you meditate? So in this video, we'll discuss some of the main reasons why meditation practice is probably not working for you. What are some of the essential elements or understanding that might be missing to fall into a meditative state of mind? See, in this new age world, the new age spirituality, so to speak, and I don't like to refer to it as the Western mind because this mindset is actually sprouting everywhere in the world. It's not just in the West or in the United States. A lot of people want things to instantly happen or manifest into their life. They want to see results immediately, and in everything that they do, they just want to see results right away and don't want to work for it. And things that are putting effort into it are not manifesting, like meditation, for example. And without a solid foundation and a firm understanding of why we are doing certain things like meditation, you will never be able to reach the results you want. See, meditation is a result. It's a consequence with a purpose. But because we have become so much goal-oriented that today we want, for example, the pomegranate or the figs. We don't want to see the tree grow. If you want a flower in your yard, you have to think of the soil first, right? Then the water that you're gonna put on that seed, then the sunlight, the rain. You don't think of the flower. The flower is actually a consequence of all these other essential ingredients, and none of them look like a flower. But you cultivate all these previous steps, step by step, then you'll see the beautiful flower blossom at the end, when it's time to blossom, of course, with all the work that's been done behind it. So meditation is just like that. It's the outcome of your practice. But people want the outcome and not the process. So before I begin with why meditation or any spiritual practice you're doing is not working, I want you to understand that anything you do in life must, and I say must, have a purpose to it. And whatever spiritual purpose you have behind doing your meditation, you must know that purpose. Because if you don't know what you want, how are you supposed to get what you want? So this video is not about what is meditation. I talk about this in another video that I'll be linking down in the description below. But just to give a broad definition for the purpose of this topic, we have to understand that meditation is misunderstood by many people, and it's thought of just sitting there quietly, closing your eyes and not thinking about anything, emptying your mind. And meditation is so much more than that. The word meditation in English doesn't really mean anything specific. It's too general. If someone is sitting there with their eyes closed, people would say, oh, he's meditating. Do you actually know how much stuff can go on in your mind while your eyes are closed? Unbelievable. When I say general, it's because it has kind of become a fashion, a trend. It's a new thing. It's the thing that's in. It's not really seeking a path or a well-grounded practice. If you go out and walk in the city, for example, in Los Angeles or in New York City, and you'll see people holding their yoga mats, and you look at them and you say, and you tell them, oh, you've been to yoga? They say, yeah, today is my yoga day, and tomorrow is my running day, and yesterday was my swimming day. So it has become kind of a fashion. And in a nutshell, meditation can be broadly defined as a practice of an extended state of concentration to bring new ideas, creativity, and a deep spiritual experience. So to put it in simple words, we can say that meditation is working with the energy inside of you. and the process of getting to know that energy, understanding that energy that is constantly flowing through us, through our body. Learning to control that energy so we are conscious of who and what we're investing our energy in throughout the day and throughout our life. Being able to control that energy, withdraw that energy, concentrate that energy on a single point focus. So meditation is not emptying your mind. You cannot clear your mind, it's impossible. You can ask any person that meditates, you can never empty your mind. But what you can do is focus your mind. And meditation is an extremely concentrated state of mind, which brings us to the why our meditation practice is not working for us. First of all, we have concentration. Concentration is an essential ingredient in meditation, probably the most important ingredient in meditation. If you want to learn to meditate, you need to learn to concentrate. Now, you'll ask me, how do I concentrate? We learn to concentrate. It's not something that we are thought of in school or in university or in textbook. Concentration is a science and an art that we need to learn. The best way to learn concentration is to practice concentration. And what do I mean by that is that you need to integrate concentration in everything that you do throughout the day, constantly. It's your ability to keep your awareness on you or something you're doing for an extended period of time until you make a conscious decision to shift that awareness on something else. If I'm talking to you, my complete awareness should be on you. If I'm eating this pomegranate, for example, again, I completely focus on that. The taste, the color of it, the texture in my mouth, how you're chewing it, the juice that is coming out of this process. If I'm walking, I observe what's around me, the sound, my footsteps on the ground, the temperature of the earth, for example, and the smell in the air. If I'm talking to my boss, or I'm talking to my partner or my wife or my husband, I give them my undivided attention. Something that's really funny is that we are expert at distraction. Are we born with distraction? No, of course not. It's a learned habit. See, we allow other people or outside things to control where our awareness goes so easily. But that is also something that we learned. We're not born this way. For example, if I'm doing something productive and hear a noise outside that is not even really a sign of danger or whatnot, my awareness will immediately go there. And if I'm meditating and then I hear a text message coming in, bing, bing, my awareness completely goes there without even effort and wanting to know who is texting me. If I smell the food that's coming out of the kitchen, for example, somebody is cooking, immediately my awareness goes there. And then without any effort, I'm starting to get hungry and my stomach starts running and just want to know what's cooking. So we need to practice concentration, not mindfulness. Concentration, those are two different things. So if you speak to a person, for example, give them your complete attention. If you're training for your next event or whatever it is, give that your complete concentration. So we become good at whatever we practice. So we need to start practicing that. If we dedicate 1 hour a day or half an hour or 5 minutes or even 1 minute, you start noticing amazing things that you've never even paid attention to before in your life. Even the way you drink your water, you'll feel like the water is coming down, the texture of it, So I guarantee it that if you try to do this, and what's funny too is a lot of people, they think that if they meditate for 5 or 10 minutes in the morning, that's all they need to be peacefully and positive all day long, to feel zen for the rest of the day. That's not how it works. And then we are multitasking all day long. That's all we do, we're just multitasking. So what do we become good at? We become good at whatever it is that we practice. So if you practice distraction all day, all the time, you'll be a master at it. If you practice concentration most of the time, guess what you'll master? Concentration. And one thing we need to keep in mind is practice doesn't have the ability to discriminate between what is good and then what is bad habit. So whatever you practice, you become really good at. So let's say you spend so much time on social media during the day, doing multiple things, multitasking, doing a whole bunch of things at once, not being focused on one thing at a time. If you keep doing this for about 3 or 4 months and you do that for 8 to 10 hours a day, guess what you'll become good at after all this time? Distraction, of course. So how good are people at distraction? Let me tell you, they have mastered the art of distraction. We really have to respect some people because of their dedication and ultimate devotion they have given to the art of distraction. But no, really, we're talking about mastery. But they don't really know that because it has become second nature to them throughout this whole practice they're doing all the time. And I have to be honest, I did fall into that at one point, but I had to put myself back on check. And I realized that I was wasting and not being productive with my time. So I guess now we should have like a pretty good idea of what concentration is. And honestly, if you have to take one tip to make progress in your meditation, is to develop a concentration in your everyday life by looking for opportunities in the day to practice concentration. So what do you do every day? If you live with a roommate or a parent or a spouse, it's a great opportunity to practice. Every time you speak to them, be there 100%. If you feel like your attention has gone away somewhere else, just bring it back. And you'll amaze yourself how other things in your life will start changing and aligning. It's mind-blowing. When you are riding your bike, for example, or you're driving your car to work, it's another great opportunity to practice concentration. And that's a big one actually, because think of one thing, you're traveling all these kilometers in this piece of metal. You're driving at 100 and 150 kilometers per hour or miles per hour. And who's in charge? Seriously, how many times have you got to a place and told yourself, shoot, I don't remember half of the way how I got there, because you were on the phone or texting, listening to something, taking a picture, taking a selfie of yourself. It's really scary because you're leaving this car drive you wherever you're getting into. And it's something we need to concentrate on and be aware of the road, be aware of our surroundings around us while we're trying to drive to work or drive anywhere else. It's very important. Then we have the intention. Intention before starting meditation is key for this path. Meditation is not like the sugar you add to life to make it better. For instance, if you eat a balanced breakfast filled with fruits, lemon water on the side, and the rest of the day you just eat junk and rajasic and tamasic food, and you expect to have a healthy diet, it doesn't work this way. And unfortunately, that's how people turn to meditation as a solution to their chaotic lifestyle. See, I really want to touch on a little bit on the principle of changing our lifestyle if we want to make progress with our meditation practice. And I learned this from a great teacher, Don Dapani. And the day I understood this concept, my meditation practice has shifted completely. And now I live by this principle. He explains that if you want to make progress in your meditation practice, you need to fix your lifestyle. Basically, what it means is that you need to get your lifestyle in order, then your lifestyle will support your meditation practice. Your meditation practice becomes stronger, then the process reverses. Then your meditation practice supports your lifestyle and your lifestyle becomes strong. But it begins with your lifestyle first and not with meditation. There are many other important ingredients to look at to approach meditation, and I still consider myself being a beginner because every time I sit down to have a meditation practice, it's a brand new experience to me. And depending on the circumstances or the mood I'm in or the phases of the moon, we can find ourselves easily distracted by many factors. So for beginners, don't be hard on yourself. Try gently to bring your attention back to meditation object, which can be your breath, for example, or your third eye. That's exactly the shape of my practice every day, like when I sit down for meditation. So give yourself that wonderful opportunity to practice. We're all beginners, but of course sometimes when we meditate, a million things pop up in our mind, you know, our to-do list, our I need to call this person, I have a deadline with this project, am I wasting my time by meditating? All these come up. It happens to most people, so we come back to ourselves and say, it's okay, and we go back to our meditation. And going back to the idea of meditation, you want to maintain a meditative state of mind throughout the whole day. And how do you do that? You just constantly become present every single hour of your day, everything that you do. And now I cannot really stress this enough, how important it is just to let things be and observe the thoughts in your mind and become present throughout the day. Even if you set up an alarm, you know, to remind you every single hour, or just to give yourself a body scan, eliminate everything that's scattered in your mind and everything, and you'll see how much like you'll be constantly reminding yourself to be more present, whether it's for 1 minute every hour, you know. And if you cultivate the body, the mind, the emotions and energy to a certain level of maturity, you'll become naturally meditative. This will become your quality, this will become your fragrance. And that will be the fragrance that you carry with you on a daily basis. It will become your habit and who you are. But the problem is that people want the fragrance, but they don't want the process. Remember, meditation is a work in progress. Your whole day needs to be filled with rituals, and you need to look at your life the same way as long as you're aware of something and maintain that awareness, and that is meditation. There's so much more we can talk about and tips I can give you guys when it comes to meditation. When's the best time to meditate? Where should we meditate? But I'll be posting some more content and some more videos on specific subjects about meditation and my experiences and other people's experiences. And I would love to hear about your meditation approach. And also, if you have any specific questions on the subject of meditation, feel free to write them down in the comment section below, and I'll answer to the best of my knowledge and experience. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and don't give up. Don't give up on yourself. Stay strong and persistent. You're already a beautiful person, and before you know it, you will blossom even more into the blissfulness of being into a state of meditation. And from my heart to yours, I send you infinite peace, bliss, and blessings.